Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Roottreemania. Let's see. Oh, Roottreemania. I have to click the right one. I still love this transition. This is like my favorite part of the game. Confession, between the last time I recorded a video for this and now, Slay the Spire 2 came out, and I played 300 hours of it. And as a result, was this Heart Bear always over here? I don't remember him. Anyway, as a result, I'm going to have to go over my notes and try and remember what on earth it was that I was doing with my life. Now, I did at least start writing pretty decent notes, so I'm going to have to go over these real quick. And Tristan might edit all of this out if this is all boring of me, like, rereading over this, but I'm going to do this real quick. Or maybe I'll just get a very fast-forward motion of me reading all the notes that I wrote. Right, we have a list of affairs guy had with secretaries is a very possible list of the people we're trying to find. I'm reminding myself of that. I apparently figured out how to eventually have these quotes so that I could go to the original source. That's nice. I think the searches tab was meant to be things I was supposed to look for at a later time. Right, this is the rapper who we're trying to hunt down. We need to lock in 4 for it to count. That, I think, is all correct. So we've got this whole constellation of all the secretaries around Guy. 1898. Okay, Elias with Beth 1. Okay, what are my documents? It's interesting how much of this is I don't remember anything about November Roottrees is like the last one that I placed or something, but I don't know why this might be relevant now. But it does say 7 of these are relevant. Okay, so I think I should try and pin down this Antonelli's bit and this connection, because I don't think this is currently in my piece here. So this is someone around Guy. Right, and I knew this was this was him because we have the fact that he's the star. So this is a well-known Roottree, and the only well-known person in this entire area was the rapper. So we know this is right. Oh, I thought I was in the middle of this. Why did this go away? Met her daughter. Okay, I'm trying to parse this whole sentence. So Sam had someone who's older than her, so Elizabeth, supervisor, presumably older than her. But it's Elizabeth's daughter, so presumably like comparable in age to Sam, who worked as one of Guy's secretaries. Okay, and then the caterer met the daughter. So we've got the daughter who was the secretary and the caterer. They eloped quickly due to pregnancy. Daughter showed up with Guy and didn't seem comfortable switching patterns. Okay. So I'm going to just record this information in the second slot. So I think this is going to be Christine Garland, her and her husband Steve Garland, daughter Rochelle. Okay, so it's not. So I'm trying to just make sure, do I think it's this one or this one? We only have room for one for one child here, so that kind of makes me think it's this one. Because this is Christine. This could all need to be moved, of course. The Steve Garland is my guess as to the husband. Stephen, presumably. Their daughter, Rochelle Zimmer. Okay, no idea of the occupation. Okay, Christine was a secretary. Based on this story. Okay, we know Stephen Garland's... Okay, let's see if we can get pictures of these people. We don't have any yet, I don't think. So this is going to do with Antonelli's. I don't have anything about Antonelli's in here, right? Yeah, this is certainly not... although this could be... this could well be... I mean, this is certainly like one of the secretaries, but we don't know which one. That is Guy. Do I have that in the Guy zone up here? Oh, I had to verify the person before I can add the bonus photos. I see. Let's see. Photo, there's a Christmas tree. Okay. Who is Cicely Sanchez again? I don't think I remember. Okay, so we're going to have to hunt down this timeline carefully to figure out which of these people is... which of these assorted guy mistresses is which. Okay, but I'm going to just Google the Antonelli's guy, who's a chef, right? Stephen Garland. And this is probably not going to show up here, but it might show up in the Butler County Times. Nothing relevant. What about Steve Garland? There we go. Steve Garland is mentioned. By the way, I love the animated browser piece at the top. It's so old school. Steve Garland is mentioned in a couple articles about how I met his wife, Christine. I have it as Christine. Yeah, I do have it as Christine. He worked at Antonelli's. The second is months later. A listing for his weekend cooking classes, Gourmet for the Groovy. The blurb mentioned that he's been giving lessons for his home kitchen for the last month so that he can keep an eye on his son. Oh, wait, his son. I see. Okay, so this is going to be in this other affair over here then. This is going to be this one. Okay, so let's move because now he's got a son and a daughter. I'm assuming Rochelle is a female from this. Okay, Christine Garland. Secretary. Okay, so the firstborn child is going to be the Rochelle. And we said it's Zimmer. Based on before, I don't know anything about you, but that's apparently your name. We can to unknown. Okay. Okay, I don't know anything about this. I just know you're a male. There was some way to write to mark gender previously. I don't know if there's a way to mark gender anymore. I can't list male as their occupation. Okay, anyway, back to this reading about this. The third from 1991 and is titled Local Author Sued by Former Butler County Resident. It seems that the local author by the name of Mark Zimmer was sued by Garland. Okay, so let's just make a note sheet here about Steve Garland. And his wife, Christine Garland. Okay. Maybe I should just say Garland's. Okay, I'm going to copy paste all of this in here, but oops. Just so that I have it handy. Okay, so Mark Zimmer must be I was hoping I could highlight this. Apparently that is not a thing I could do. Okay, so we're going to go back to here and write... Oh, it's not. I assumed Mark Zimmer was going to be the... I mean, it's assuredly, or presumably Rochelle's spouse. But maybe I have this in the wrong place still somehow. Okay, but we've got the book Kitchen Tales. Okay, so The article mentions that although the recipes are hard to copyright, Garland accompanied each recipe with a short fiction about how he learned it. These usually doubled as a way to remember certain ingredients. Garland's bean salad, for example, involved making a trade with a gnome for some magic beans. Apparently, these words were found word per word in Zimmer's cookbook, in addition to some additional stories that followed the same format. Okay, so that gives us some stuff that we can search. So, for example, we can certainly go to the library, and we can search author name Mark Zimmer, book title, what was the name of it? Kitchen Tales. No copies available. Re-released as Garnishing the Truth. Okay. I'm gonna make a note of that also here in my published as nothing relevant. Did I miscopy the title? If I go... Oh. Mark Zimmer. It was Kitchen Tales. Nope, I did try Garnishing the Truth. It did not show up because it's weird that it didn't show up. It's 1994. It was quite successful after the duo appeared. Oh, okay, so it was re-released, but it was credited to both of them. Garnishing the Truth credited to both Garland and Zimmer. Multiple printing since. According to a book review, the recipes are accompanied by stories that help the reader remember the ingredients. The reviewer says it seems perfect for learning to cook with the entire family. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm not finding it here in the public library is that this should be Mark Zimmer and Stephen Garland. Steve Garland? Oh, God. Garland and Zimmer? I don't know exactly how this wants me to list this. If, Oh, right. This is because, this isn't the name, right? This is Garnishing the Truth by Steve Garland and Mark Zimmer. There we go. Okay. The introduction of this book is a series of acknowledgments from Steve. The first is, Christine, thank you for everything. Your support means the world to me. You're the apple of my pie. Ugh. The second is, James and Robert, you're becoming amazing men and incredible chefs. I guess I'm a good teacher. The final is to Mark Zimmer. You've proved my storytelling approach to recipes could be popular without this book. This book couldn't exist. There's also a foreword by Mark Zimmer. I first met Steve in 1978 when he was taught a cooking class. The next time I saw him over a decade later was when he was suing me for stealing his recipes. Yes, really. So you might wonder why I'm doing this introduction. Well, it turns out that Steve and I had more in common than we thought. Instead of settling in court, we settled at McCarran's brew house over a game of darts. They said they'd give us the first drink of the night for free for an entire year for mentioning them. By the end, he and I agreed we'd both rather make a ton of money together than spend a ton of money on lawyers. It's pretty rare to meet your best friend so late in life. But when I decided to retire, I moved to Boston so we could hang out. So if you're browsing this book in a bookstore, please buy our book. We need more money, so when our free beer runs out, the bookstore could use the sale. Okay, I'm gonna just do this. Okay, so this makes it feel to me like Mark Zimmer is not actually the spouse. Okay, so presumably Mark Zimmer's children. Okay, let's make this the Zimmers. Okay, so we've got a note here. So we first hear Zimmer is the married name of... okay, so... daughter. Okay, and so it must be that Steve Garland's daughter marries not Mark Zimmer, but one of Mark Zimmer's children. That Rochelle marries one of Mark Zimmer's children, and those children's names were sort of alluded to here in the acknowledgments. Oh, no, maybe not. Who the fuck are James and Robert, though? Because it sounds like James and Robert would be his children. But then we have, like, nowhere near enough children in any of these, if that's... Oh, I meant to delete this from over here. Steve. Okay, so can I... Maybe I should just search for... James Garland or James Zimmer or Robert Garland, Robert Zimmer. I don't know. Zimmer's children. Okay. Who are James and Robert of Mark and or Steve? Okay, have I searched for Mark Zimmer yet? No. Okay. Kitchen Tales is a story-based recipe book credited to Mark Zimmer that had some success after it was featured on a morning talk show. The book released before the internet was widespread, so mentions are rare. One book collector states the publishers were unprepared for the demand and that there were no second printings. It's unusual to find a copy in the wild. You find an alternative medicine website which focuses on cooking with natural ingredients and mentions that one of the Kitchen Tales recipes uses salt water. The owner of the site has a scan of that recipe, which was added to your evidence. She says if you switch out the salt water in the recipe for a mix of 2/3 spring water and 1/3 filtered seawater, it tastes great. Okay, so let's have a look at this. The plated loaf. Did I, by the way, search for Steve Garland? I think I did, right? Oh, maybe I didn't search for Steve Garland. Maybe I only searched for Stephen Garland. No, but nothing shows up. Okay. For years, two bakers, Flora and Yates, flirted. They grew their friendship, compared recipes, and combined knowledge. She loved his salt and pepper beard. He adored her rosemary cheeks. What on earth would a rosemary cheek even mean? Rosemary is green. They thought sweetly about one another, but he had one day whisked away, conscripted to bake the army's bread. By the oil of the lamp, Flora's tears began to salt her bread. The recipe asked the reader to combine flour, yeast, sugar, olive oil, and rosemary. Combine the salt and water together and add the mixture and whisk until the dough begins to form. It's around 10 to 12 years later that they met again, seemingly by fate. Flora's unique dough had earned her a position as the king's personal baker. Yeats had found success as well. He baked for the kingdom's 45 diplomats. One day they returned from the Dutch Isles with a gift, 450 unbaked loaves, and were sent to the palace bakery to teach a method that required no kneading. Although the dough to proof for 10 to 12 hours, and spread it out and let it sit for 45 minutes on a floured sheet with no kneading, where the Dutch oven preheated to 450 degrees. Upon seeing Yeats, Flora was both delighted and distraught. She felt as if she was torn in two. Not been made aware of the gift and had already prepared buns for the palace ovens. She wished to greet Yeats warmly, but was struck by fears that he'd been able to bake with her, that she'd face retribution for being unprepared. This seems like this is an analogy about the fact that she was already pregnant when she met the mother was already pregnant with the daughter when they met. So I'm presuming that these people who are being talked about here in the story are... I totally know their names. Who says I don't? I think the people being talked about here are Stephen Garland and Christine Garland. Oh, right. I was looking at this. Yeats eased her pain. He insisted she had no obligation to prepare for a return she thought impossible, but he shared her fear of retribution. He knew if they did not solve her predicament, they'd miss their final chance to bake together. In the end, instead of wallowing in the present, they worked together to shape the future. They twisted and entwined the doughs and baked them as one. Thus was born the plated loaf. Word quickly spread of this new delight. The king's decree on royal parchment was that it would be considered a delicacy. By the king, Flora and Yeats spent their days baking together. They traveled for 45 years and settled down for 15 more. Their souls were golden with no regrets. Okay, is there any chance I can, out of this description of the woman, guess which one is Christine from the pictures? Probably not, unless I can see which one of them has rosemary cheeks. But let's her rosemary cheeks. Which of these people do you think has rosemary cheeks? Who knows? Okay. So what if I Google... So I think I already tried Googling garnishing the truth, right? Oh, no, I did not. I see. That's right. I did Google this because I figured out this is how I connected this other piece. Okay, so have I Googled Rochelle Zimmer or looked into her anywhere? I don't think so. What about in the Butler County Times? Rochelle and her husband, Mark Zimmer. Oh, Rochelle. Okay. business owners. Rochelle owned in. Okay, so I think I'm somehow still here screwing up this the generations here. So is Rochelle the daughter? The daughter. Rochelle owned Antilles. Or Antonelli's. Her husband, Mark Zimmer, owned a bookstore called Bookmarks. Both closed in 1992. God, the timeline here is so confusing for me. I wish I could just handwrite notes, but I feel like this is much better for the viewer experience if you watch me try to do this by typing. Okay, and of course, Mark Zimmer was later sued by Steve Garland. Okay, let me reread this bit about Antonelli's and see if... Okay, Christine Garland responded. She and her husband, Steve, who was a chef at Antonelli's, met years ago when she delivered produce from her mother's farm. Steve used to work extra hours. So Steve worked at Mark's spouse's restaurant. I have something with the generations here, just completely wrong. But then they reconnected by chance. Okay, but okay, so they... Are there two Mark Zimmers or something? Okay, they're trying to move to Boston. This is Christine Garland and her husband, Steve. Okay, but, okay, 1978. Let me add this, is when, okay, 1978 is when Steve was doing his cooking classes. And then presumably they did move. But somehow these people are connected. Okay, so I feel fairly confident about this collection. I don't think Rochelle Zimmer is the daughter, though. I don't know exactly how I came to that conclusion, but I don't think that's right. But the Zimmers are certainly important here. Uh, yeah, Steve acknowledging his wife, Christine. That's James and Robert. Wait, is it just that they don't even have a daughter? Why did I even think maybe this is just James and Robert? These could just be James and Robert. Provided that this whole Rochelle thing was completely crazy. Because Rochelle Zimmer, where does she show up? She shows up. She sold the building, but there's no reason, I think, to suspect that she's their daughter. She wasn't the person who owned it before, right? So yeah, Rochelle Zimmer is just a daughter of a Zimmer. So I think actually these are both going to be Garlands. And I think they're going to be I think I just completely got this idea out of nowhere. Are the two children of Christine and Steve Garland. So that would be a James and a Robert. And they're becoming chefs, they said. Oops, chef. Okay, I want to look up this bookstore before I get confused, but I should be looking for these people as chefs somewhere. Bookmarks. Appeared in the Butler Times many times. Wait. Bookmarks was owned by Mark Zimmer, right? Yeah, Rochelle Zimmer owned Antonelli's. Just a reminder. Nellie's. Mark Zimmer owned Bookmarks. Both closed in 1992. Okay. I'm going to guess I'm not going to get a lot on the website or on the web for Bookmarks. Even if I capitalize the M, probably. Okay, so now I think that it's James Garland and Steve Garland. Sorry, and Robert Garland. Rob Garland. Let's see, I can look at the Butler County Times. I don't think I'm going to get anything, but maybe. Okay, but the statement was that they're both becoming incredible chefs of their own. So these people are both chefs, we at least, I think, know. This is just a question of how on earth am I going to get their photos? Oh, here's the notable events. I don't know how much I have dug into this. Let's go back and read this again. Actually, let's end this episode. I feel like this episode's been going on for forever. But we'll be back next time, and we'll look back at this notable event and see if we can connect any more of these pieces. I feel like we've made some progress today. I'm becoming reacquainted with everything. Let's come back soon, and we'll do this hopefully in less than 300 additional hours of Slay the Spire 2.